Welcome to the Realmcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Realmcast. Our soul stream has begun. This is Mortal Kombat Online and the Realmcast live show where we bring you different guests and we do different things. And today we have with us none other than Quan Chi himself, Shah Jahan Khan. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. Great to be here again. Well, I guess for the first time.
Yeah, I love the face paint. This is great.
I don't see Shah Jahan Khan. I just see Quan Chi now. That's it. Like,
well, yeah, that's who it is.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I hope you like your or are you actually aware of your health bar name tag?
I am now.
Yeah, forgot to tell him about that.
You got it.
Welcome to all of our guests that are joining us in the chat. If you guys are watching us anywhere that you can't participate in the chat, you can jump on to Mortal Kombat Online and you'll see our live stream there. And you can join us on Twitch, YouTube, wherever you want. And we will be seeing your chats coming through and we'll talk to you on there. And we already have some questions coming in. Yanni, do you want to kind of explain what's going on today before I give you some questions? Or
I mean, I'm going to need to get the actual chat to show up on the stream itself. So maybe if you want to take the question, or if you want to explain what's happening first.
Yeah, so today is Quan Chi's release on Mortal Kombat 1. As of right now, the Mortal Kombat servers are still down. So if you're
Who's
sitting
surprised?
there and waiting, yeah. If you're like us and you're waiting for it to come up, yeah, so are we. So sorry about that. As soon as the game is available, we'll be playing with Shah Jahan Khan, Quan Chi himself. You'll get to see first gameplay footage of Quan Chi with Quan Chi. So we appreciate it.
Playing Quan Chi for the first time, so I haven't. I'm gonna be pretty bad. I'm just saying it right now.
Is this actually your first time playing the game at all, or have you?
Yes, this game. Yeah, I have not played it yet. So.
That's so cool. So don't worry, Yanni has been practicing like 24 hours for the past since the game released. So.
as long as one of us has.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll be fine. I don't think you've got anything to worry about. We'll take it slow. The whole point is just that you get to play Quan Chi, you get to play yourself, and everybody gets to chat along with you.
No, I'm really excited. I've dreamed of. I didn't even know that this was possible as a kid. I think as I talked about on your show. So this is super cool.
And so for those of you who have not caught up on the Realmcast interview with Shah Jahan Khan, great story. We really dove into everything that led him to this point where he became Quan Chi, and then some. So I highly recommend checking that out if you want the full story. But of course, we will be taking questions and answers today, which kind of leads me into the first question. That is, how did NRS choose you to become Quan Chi? This came in from Ebahi17.
Ebahi17. Okay, great question. So this was actually just a generic face scanning gig. So I do some modeling, mostly like bank commercials and lifestyle stuff. Like I'm definitely not like a runway model or anything like that. So my modeling agent called me about almost 3 years ago now and said that there was this random, so there was, the way that they come in whatever service he uses, it was just listed as this thing. No indication of what it was. It just said K1 face scanning, and we had no other whatever. And he was like, it's a video game. Do you want to do it? And I think I've joked about this on your podcast as well as a couple of other times, but I basically was like, as long as I'm not a terrorist, I'll do it. So that's how it happened. And I didn't know that it was for Mortal Kombat until I kind of went through the first check. I had to sign a little a form just to like agree for them to tell me what it was going to be, and then they told me that it was Mortal Kombat. And then once I accepted the gig, it wasn't until I actually got to the office of NetherRealm Studio that I was then told that I was going to be Quan Chi. So it was shrouded in mystery, but it turned out to be super cool.
Yeah, and the fact that you just kind of got this random gig and became iconic, it's amazing to me.
To me,
Like,
what's actually crazier is the fact that somebody was able to actually find your face and realize that it was you.
That's the thing, which, and I remember the person. I wish I remembered his name at NetherRealm, but he was the one who was taking. So the way that it worked is that we had, you sit in like a dome. For those of you that aren't familiar with, you know, animating your face or mocap or anything like that, essentially, like they just took my face and I sat in this giant thing with like 75 cameras around my head, and they took 9 photos of just 9 different expressions, and that was it. It was like 45 minutes, but the reason I was telling that story was because the guy who was taking the photo was like, "We chose your face out of thousands of faces." And I was like, "Wow, man, that's like a little. It's like a little intense." But yeah, I guess yeah, man. Whatever the online like modeling databases that my agent Jason at Model Club um, submitted me for, they just really like my face, man. So the ultimate compliment.
We got another question here from Viridian Fox. How does it feel to see yourself in game now that all the work in animation has been done?
Thank you, Viridian Fox. Man, it's pretty strange. It's pretty weird. I think it's going to be really strange today if we hopefully get to play. It's very cool. It's still, I think it's still quite surreal. I think that there have been different levels of like, the 7 stages of like, what is it like, death or something, like acceptance, bargaining, like all that stuff. I think I've seen it in a few different. I think the first place that I saw it was, on my phone. So it was, I think when they first released the trailer earlier, I think before the actual game came out in September, and they first kind of had like the roster of the deal, all of us DLC characters in the background. Like, one other thing I'll say about it is that I was under the impression that it was going to be a little bit more of a likeness scan, because I know that there was the previous Quan model, Richard, is fantastic. So I kind of thought it would be a little bit more of like a combination of the two of us. And there are definitely still, I think, elements of him in there. But I was shocked that it was like totally me, and like all of my friends and people have been really like, it's still very surreal. So that honestly, like it's cool, but it is very, very surreal, especially because you will find out later today that I have not been keeping up with this game, so I'm going to be really bad. But I used to play the old, Mortal Kombat 1 in the arcade, and then I basically was obsessed with Mortal Kombat 2 on Super Nintendo. So yeah, it's pretty wild.
Let's see, we got a couple more questions, but real quick, for those who have tuned into the Tarkot and Bite Size episode, we are doing some giveaways during this. So I know we don't have Quan Chi just yet, and the game's not playing yet, but we got the Quan Chi, but not a Quan Chi. But we are going to be giving away some G Fuel today. So we thank you everybody who participated in that giveaway, and we will be doing that a little bit later on the show. But for now, let me read another question real quick, Yanni, that I don't think you would have seen because it came in much earlier.
I can't see any of them yet right now. Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to figure out the chat box. Something's up with it. But Phantom, go for it.
I'm concerned you guys could just be making it all up.
We pre-wrote these.
So, yeah, really. We have a question from Teresa8. This is kind of a two-form question. They want to ask, who are other face models that you can confirm, and who in NRS knows the face actors? Which I think you kind of answered that a little bit earlier. You don't remember who brought you in for that, but
I honestly can't. I don't. I like. This is the problem with like my memory. Probably like I know I follow a bunch of them on Instagram, but I can't. They didn't tell us anything. So like honestly, even once my part was done, like I never talked to anybody there again. I never knew we didn't even know when the thing was going to come out. We had no kind of warning, except I think a week before the launch, there was some like company call or something where someone, I think, said something about like the date, and then all of us models got a message saying like, make sure you don't talk about any, just like double checking that like nobody, broke the NDA or whatever. But no, I can't confirm anybody, but I think there's a couple of YouTubers that have like made videos and stuff about the other models. So I apologize. I don't know everybody off the back of my head, but I think I should probably get in touch with them now.
I think you
We
totally
we
should.
start a club.
Mortal Kombat 1 faces.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Um,
think I kind of have the chat going at the moment. It's not as
Yeah, I can see it actually. That's
clear
cool.
as I want it to be. So I'm just going to be having to switch back and forth. But it'll do. It'll do. Now, I mean, firstly, a few people to say hi to. I mean, we've just gotten right into some questions, but, I see Underlined Ink. I see Dilara. I see Eddie Herta. Welcome back, everybody. So nice to have you all here. And everybody else who I have not mentioned, very happy to have you all here as well. Now, I mean, I'm getting a lot of questions as well. Sorry, Shah Jahan, I just want to address this very quickly. But people are asking, how are you able to play? The answer is I'm not. I'm literally just in the main menu. It's just the main menu. The servers are not live. So if you want, I can show you. Not much can actually happen here when I try and log in. See, failed to download EULA documents. And I cannot go into invasions or anything online. I can't even access the shrine. Or, I can go to practice mode, but it won't have my up-to-date inventory. And even better, this is something I do want to address very quickly. I'm going to continue through this, even though it's not updated and not online. This is a concern many of us had prior. And it looks like DLC characters are not available, even if you've already purchased them when offline. So Shang Tsung and Omni-Man are not available, and also Quan Chi is not even unlocked. So I think Warner Bros. Thought, or rather NRS thought this was fixed. It is not. So hopefully if anybody does end up seeing this, they can check that out. But back to the questions. Phantom, you got anything you want to address?
Dolara says she wants to see you do a 10-hit combo while we wait for the game to come back up. And then we do have a lot of questions coming in. So let's see. Underlining says he thinks it's a conspiracy because we have Quan Chi on today. Let's see. Joe Slate says, have you learned more about Quan Chi? And if so, what's your favorite thing about him?
Yeah, I've dived in a little bit. I think just like, I don't know, I think it's just pretty badass to be a sorcerer. Like, am I wrong?
No, yeah, I'm totally with you on that. That's awesome.
Cool. I'm actually interested to hear like what other people's favorite part is about it.
Oh yeah, let us know in the chat for sure. Like anything that is getting asked here, throw it up in the chat. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
So you're gonna mock us while the actual servers are down. Just to make this very clear to everybody, because this does happen quite often as well. We are not the official Mortal Kombat channel. We are the Realmcast, a Mortal Kombat themed podcast, and
which is the official channel for Mortal Kombat Online.
Yes,
just
another fan site for further clarification. A fan site which has been around for how many years now, Phantom? Since
before Mortal Kombat 5, like Deadly
Alliance
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it originally started as mk5.org, and now it is Mortal Kombat Online. And if you guys haven't checked out the new site, I recommend going and doing that. There was just a recent upgrade, and it's a lot more friendly for you to submit your content. So if you're an artist, if you are, if you just find articles that you like and you want to submit it, cosplay, whatever you want, go to Mortal Kombat Online, submit it, and it gives the community a chance to interact with you. It's your one-stop shop for everything Mortal Kombat, including shows like the Realmcast.
We are classy Realmcast. That's why he says that.
And also Fight Club is on there, which if you guys aren't a member of Fight Club, you have an all-new way to combat against fellow Mortal Kombat players. Something different than Combat League. Like, I can't even give it justice by explaining it, but it's like a whole new way to play Mortal Kombat. So if you guys haven't done that, go check out Mortal Kombat Online, but do it after the show.
Someone's asked if Quan Chi shut down the servers. Yes, I committed a fatality. The office.
Now, I was actually saying before we went live that Warner Bros. And NRS said that the game would be going down for a couple hours, and I think it's now been about 6.5 or something. So that is a bit concerning. We're very much hoping to get some Quan Chi gameplay today with Shah Jahan, Quan Chi himself. But yeah, I think you need to hold off on those fatalities for a little bit, Shah Jahan, just until you start beating me.
Yeah.
Phantom, I think you need to step away briefly. You can go take care of what you need to. I think I've got the chat from here. If I do miss anybody in the chat, I apologize. Shah Jahan, you got to keep me in check now. No, don't worry. Got you.
And don't forget, we will be giving away some G Fuel a little bit later today. We have a lot of contestant entries, and so when I get back, we'll be sure to do that. In the meantime, Yanni and Shah Jahan, you guys enjoy playing Mortal Kombat?
Watching Mortal Kombat, maybe? Talking. Let's go talking Mortal Kombat. All right. Cheers, Phantom.
See ya.
So...
All right, Mr. Yanni.
I've read something a little bit earlier, which is quite interesting about Quan Chi, and that is that he seems to be a demon now, which is, I mean, quite different from how he was in previous. I mean, no, like he's a demon, but he's from.
Give me a rundown about how he kind of like how he was before.
Okay, so I mean, he was always from the Nether Realm, so he was always a demon, actually, but then the timeline sort of shifted, as you probably gathered, maybe from what you've seen about certain things. Mortal Kombat's entire timeline has been rebooted now a couple of times. And this game, Mortal Kombat 1, that's why it's called Mortal Kombat 1 instead of Mortal Kombat 12, being a sequel to Mortal Kombat 11. And now that the timeline has been rebooted, a lot of the characters have been sort of reimagined, which includes Quan Chi. So Quan Chi was always a demon, but then now I've read somewhere that apparently Quan Chi is a demon again, which is a bit contradictory to the fact that he's from a realm called Outworld now in this iteration. So I'm a bit confused by that part. But Quan Chi seems to have his usual abilities. I don't know. Have you seen any gameplay of yourself, Shah Jahan?
Yeah. I was actually in preparation for this call when I was sitting in my car outside.
All right.
My good friend Sonia has very graciously equipped me with her super fantastic streaming situation, because if I was at home trying to do this myself, like, you guys would have thrown me off of this thing.
I'm sure we would have managed, but thank you very much, Sonia, for helping out.
It would have been me like on the ground, just like with my phone. So I've seen I've seen like there's the holding thing that he does, like with the skull that like sort of like glows a little bit, and then the skull like gets a little bit bigger, and then he throws it at people. He has this other, and I'm sure people can probably explain this a little bit better than I can, but there's a couple of moves where he hits like maybe backwards through some kind of like little portal thingy, and then it actually comes on the other side too and hits the person in the back. So that stuff is pretty cool. And then like did he do the tentacle kind of stuff in his original?
No, that's an entirely new addition, which I must admit I'm very keen on. I love how sort of Cthulhu-like it is.
Oh yes, my friend is telling me that right behind me, I believe there is the tentacle thing.
Yes. Now, funny story about that, actually. Firstly, like, amazing choices of posters from Sonia, but that logo of the tentacles behind Quan Chi in his trailer seems to be a callback to what is on my shirt right now, and that is the Deadly Alliance logo. It's in the same shape, and that was Mortal Kombat 5.
Oh, okay. So I just played. So Quan Chi came in MK4, correct? That was the first one that he was in.
Technically, he actually did come in Mortal Kombat Mythologies, which was a sort of, I would call it a kind of prequel in a way to Mortal Kombat 4, but he wasn't playable. It was just Sub-Zero who was playable.
That was after 3?
Yes.
Okay. So I for this other kind of funny little video I did a couple of weeks ago, we ended up going to first to GameStop and then this place in called Boom Boom Games.
I love the
in Dover.
name.
Yeah, great. And we just kind of, so we sort of went on this like hunt for Mortal Kombat and stuff, because it was, you know, because I didn't have the game, because they didn't give me the game and stuff. And so the only one we could find was MK3 on Sega Genesis. So that didn't have Quan Chi. But I was actually, interestingly enough, in Reading, Massachusetts, at this random bar called Hypothecary Ales, doing some trivia or whatever, and they had an arcade version of MK4 with a giant
Quan Chi on.
Chi.
Oh, that is the best.
The original Richard. So it was really cool.
I mean,
to see that. And I get excited for all this too. So
one amazing thing about that arcade machine is that there's literally an entire Twitter account dedicated to just posting the same picture, or rather that picture of that same arcade machine, of like a different angle of Quan Chi's face every single day. And it is glorious.
that's like when people take photos of themselves like growing out hair or like a mustache or something and put together.
Time-lapse photo.
Yeah.
Now, I've just seen a couple people. Firstly, hey Jasper, good to have you here. Hope you're doing well, man. And Underlined makes a very good point, which I did not mention. His first appearance, Quan Chi's first appearance, was not actually in the games. It was in Defenders of the Realm, which was a cartoon.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. We, just in case for anybody watching, we actually did get to interview the writer behind Mortal Kombat Conquest and Defenders of the Realm, as well as, you know, producer Larry Kasanoff. So feel free to check those out. They get some really cool info on Defenders of the Realm and Conquest. And this is my usual where I tell you, ask them for another season of Conquest. Push for it. Now, Shah Jahan, have you ever seen any of the Mortal Kombat like shows or anything like that, or nothing?
Basically I saw the first movie, and I still really, really love the first movie.
Yes.
But no, I haven't seen anything else. So
Oh,
I apologize again for disappointing all the fans that probably know a shitload more than I do. Am I allowed to swear on here? 'Cause I
yeah,
just did.
Van, go for it. Just be yourself. This is the Realmcast.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's less of a disappointing thing, and I think all the people watching will agree with me here. Instead of it being disappointing that you're not up to date, if anything, it's kind of exciting, because it means you get to catch up with everything. And
Yeah, and
you know,
I appreciate that. And it's also like and I've been saying this for a while now, but like I've gotten so much love from this community. Like I am overwhelmed. Just a day or two ago, I forget the person's name, but my bandmate who's obsessed, Basim, who's obsessed with Mortal Kombat, and who was like, he's so psyched about this. He sent me this guy who did a reaction video to a video that I made, you know, and I just was like, he was just like, we got to show this guy love, and you know, it was super cool. So it's been really awesome.
oh, you're gonna have to share that then, because that's
Yeah,
pretty cool to
I
see.
know. I am. But anyway, you were asking me something before.
I think it was just more so that you know, like what you've seen and what you need to catch up with, I suppose. I mean, we've got
Yes.
you've seen Mortal Kombat 1995. I want the chat to sort of recommend a few of their favorite things too. But the obvious next step isn't even the best step for you, which is to watch the sequel to 95. And that
We
one.
did. So
Oh, you did?
me
Okay.
when we started it, and we got about 30 minutes through, and I'm so sorry to admit this online, dressed the way that I am, I just couldn't finish it. I'm gonna go back and finish it at some point. I don't know, I just could I couldn't do it. I tried.
No, I mean, I don't blame you. Like for us as like super hardcore Mortal Kombat fans, even like to us it was okay, Mortal Kombat 95 was campy but like
But in
good.
like a cool
In a cool
you
way.
know, cool and fresh and 90s and stuff, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool campy, I'm fine. Believe me, I love cool campy stuff.
Yeah. Then Annihilation was
Street
more
Fighter, the first I think there's only one Street Fighter movie. Maybe there's a second.
I think it was just
That
one
was-
actually. I'm not sure.
It was just one.
But no, I mean like one
Or like
Annihilation was
Spawn.
so bad it was good, you know?
You remember the movie Spawn from the
Oh
90s?
yes.
Loved it. Amazing soundtrack, you know, that kind of stuff. So,
That was a movie. And Spawn
Yeah.
actually finally made it into Mortal Kombat as a guest character in Mortal Kombat 11.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that had been going on for a few years, I think. That was from Mortal Kombat potentially 9, I think. So 2011. And finally managed that in, what was it, 2019 when 11 released.
Okay. Wow.
Let's just catch up on this chat a little bit. Sorry, everybody. It's cool with like...
The YouTuber I was talking about, his name is Dynasty. So thank
Oh,
you.
Dynasty. Okay.
Cool guy, man. What a cool guy.
He's definitely known in the community.
Yeah.
MK95. There we go. Jasper describes it perfectly. MK95 is a classic. MK97 is a guilty pleasure. But you should definitely try and get through it, I think, at some point. As Underline says, it's unhinged.
What is it? I can't read. Is it Eddie heard us saying you get 4 beers, you can enjoy
It's funny because for me, my favorite character is obviously Rain, and Rain actually makes it into Annihilation, but gets like he disappears almost immediately. Like his appearance is almost pointless in a way.
Okay.
And it's a kick in the teeth, but it's also, yes, he's here. You know what I mean? And Dilara is a big fan of Rain as well. She says, I heard Rain. Quan Chi was almost in the movie. Yes, that is true, Jasper. I think we discussed that with a few of our previous guests, actually, as we discussed the Annihilation and then even the possible follow-up to what we were supposed to get after Annihilation. So
It was funny. A lot of people were asking me, like, oh, so now that you like, you're like the face, do you think you'll be in the movie? I was like, I don't think so. I'm not the body, just to not to disappoint everybody, but I'm a little skinnier than this dude behind me, so it's highly doubtful that I'll be the Quan Chi in the movie, but I appreciate the support.
I mean, we've asked you this on the actual Realmcast episode with you, which again I'm just gonna sort of plug everybody. If you have not checked it out after this, you should totally go check it out. Shah Jahan goes into so much more detail than we are, sort of getting to go into right here on this live stream. But the story behind everything is so cool, and just the story behind Shah Jahan is amazing as well. So please do go check that out if you get a chance. But it's just like, we've asked you if you would be willing to voice somebody, and obviously, you'd love to voice your face, and that's what makes me laugh just remembering how you said that. But would you pick anybody else? Like, potentially, have you been able to go through the roster? Is there anybody else that you're aware of now on the roster that you would maybe consider doing, or are you not so aware of that yet?
I'm not so aware of that yet, but no, I still would love to. I was actually, it was really nice. I was able to, thanks to you guys, actually connect with Dominic, and definitely like expressed my interest in possibly voicing doing some work with MK. So I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna try to like figure out how to try and make that happen. It's still, just because you do something like this, it doesn't, you still have to like audition and all that. So hopefully, maybe give it a shot, see what happens.
No, for sure. I mean, Dominic's a great guy in our experience, and really happy that you guys have managed to sort of touch base on everything. And I fingers crossed that you get to make it in. It would be crazy if, a result of a Realmcast episode, you get to make it into the game as a voice actor too.
Yeah, I've been slacking on making an animation reel, so I think now is probably the best time to do that, right? Like,
yep, definitely.
Yeah.
You got to get right on that, I think.
Yeah. So, gotta stop slacking there. But it's interesting. Animation. I've traditionally done podcasts and audiobooks and that kind of stuff, and it's a very different world from animation. And yeah, it's just it's really cool. I have a couple friends that do it. One of my good buddies, Maz, is one of the voices on Ragnarok, and I think I have a couple of friends as well. But yeah. And I think he's also voicing somebody in the new Pokemon game.
No way. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Something in there. Shout out Maz Ali.
Interesting for voice acting in a Pokemon game. That's actually surprising to me. I mean, the games have always been sort of
Yeah.
muted in dialogue, so
Yeah.
that's actually really cool.
I wonder. I hope I didn't just say something totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I saw that on his thing. So
It could, for all you know, it could even just be for a Pokemon itself, making the sound of its own,
that's true.
name, or just those little cries that they have, etc. in the game. So yeah, I think you're fine. Hold on, I just still saw that Comblo X is saying hi on Twitch. Comblo X, everybody. Firstly, hi Comblo. It says, "Oh my God, Quan Chi himself, master." Comblo X is an amazing artist.
Comblo. You believe it? It's Comblo.
So amazing artist, everybody. Go check him out. You can try. Andre Lopez says you can try to voice the animated movies, animated MK movies. That is a great shout because you have so much content to get through. And
tell me a little bit about these animated movies. Like, where do they live? Like, how does that all work?
So the first animated movie, if I remember correctly, was Scorpion's Revenge, and that was a sort of retelling of the first tournament. And that was by our friend Jeremy Adams, writer and very, very passionate about writing the story for well, I mean, every movie he's done so far. In my opinion, like, the animated movies are, to me, really the best part of the sort of television content we've gotten, aside from maybe Conquest, which I have a very which hold a very dear place in my heart. But the animated movies, they sort of, the first one kind of retells the initial tournament with a couple of different spins on it, in a way that keeps it sort of fresh, right? Then you've got another sort of tournament in the sequel. That one is considered to be the weakest purely because, and we've confirmed this, it was quite rushed in the sense that it was like a lot was chopped out of it, which was a shame because it sort of messed up the pacing a bit. And Jeremy Adams goes into this on our episode with him and, mentions a couple of things that were supposed to happen. It was pretty cool. It would have been awesome to see.
What's the name of the second one?
That was Battle of the Realms.
Okay.
I think it was Battle. Yeah, it must be Battle of or Battle for. I always mess that up. Third one was Snowblind, if I remember correctly, unless I'm missing one. Were there 4? Chat, help me out here a second. Were there 4 or 3 MK Legends movies? There are 4, I think. Yeah, Cage Match just came out. Of course, there we go. Cage Match just came out, and we were supposed to have Jeremy on for a follow-up to that quite a while back, actually. Whoops. Life has been busy. But Snowblind is a sort of retelling in a sort of completely different Mortal Kombat world. Think of it like sort of post-apocalyptic, almost Mad Max kind of style. It's a very interesting take on the series, actually, and actually makes sense in a really cool way. Despite that whole, Mad Max post-apocalyptic kind of thing, it's weird, but it all makes sense. And you actually get to see a 3D era fan favorite, Kenshi, who is on the screen right now on the right side. Kenshi, we're going to get you up to speed with the characters, Shah Jahan. So that's Kenshi on the right. Obviously, name is quite on the nose, considering he's, sort of samurai with his katana and everything. So he's really, really the focus, along with Sub-Zero, as you can guess from Snowblind, in that movie. And then you've got Cage Match, which is, again, fitting on the name, based on Johnny Cage, who is right here. And I've got the gold on him at the moment. So yeah, I've mastered everybody, so I've got all the gold and silver skins. I need a shirt like that.
We all do.
But yeah, so you've got some really cool animated movies to check out, in my opinion. I really, really cannot stress enough how much I love those movies and how much I want more from the MK Legends universe. So got some good stuff to check out. If you're willing, if you're interested in more of that sort of campy kind of atmosphere that you got with MK95, I do recommend Mortal Kombat Conquest. I really do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone else also did recommend that to me. I forget who, but
I have literally lost count of how many times I've watched it. It's like a comfort show for me. It's that, like, it's not, I don't want to say it's not amazing in that way. Like, to me, I just loved it because of it. Obviously, it's Mortal Kombat and everything, and I sort of in a way grew up with it, really, but it's I don't know, it's that campy sort of atmosphere to it again. You know what I mean? It's like MK95, just I think even taken further in a really cool way. So highly recommend that. And it was really, I would say, courageous in how it sort of treaded completely new ground with the series.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of recommendations now.
Yeah. Andre Lopez is saying it's better than the 95 movie for him too, so or for them.
Yeah, I mean, to me they're so different, right? But Conquest itself is just like that's my favorite piece of MK video content, I think.
Yeah. Oh, someone's saying something. Let's see. Tell him how he turned. What is it? Bihan into Noob Saibot. What Noob Saibot is? I do know what Noob Saibot is.
Hey,
I just
there we go.
know about the Boon Tobias situation.
But
totally cool.
Do you know who Noob Saibot is?
From the first, he was in. Wasn't he in MK2? Like he was a character you would kind of like unlock. Didn't he have? Now, correct me. I could be totally wrong. Did he have something to do with the toasty guy that would come through?
I mean,
or am I told?
Okay, no. Technically, I mean, if anything, Smoke is more associated with the toasty guy.
Right?
Sorry?
He was a secret character.
Okay, so you're kind of there, but also not. You're almost there, kind of. So Reptile was the first ever secret character in any game, actually.
Yes.
Not just Mortal Kombat. But then it was actually Smoke who sort of ended up as sort of human Smoke in a way, but also Noob Saibot. But I think the best way to address this really is just to say that Bihan was Sub-Zero. So him. That on the screen right now on the left is Bihan. But in the previous timeline, Bihan dies and becomes Noob Saibot. While his brother, who is now Scorpion, this is the one on the screen, Kuai Liang, became Sub-Zero.
Okay. Wow.
So
blew my mind.
yeah, so he, funny enough, both Sub-Zero and Scorpion are actually, I mean, in the previous timeline, dead, and both become sort of, well, Scorpion becomes a Spectre, Noob Saibot, or Sub-Zero becomes a Wraith, which is Noob Saibot. So they both become sort of Netherrealm entities.
I see.
And that was it. Jasper's got it. You had to win 50 matches in a row in MK2 against Player 2 to fight Noob.
Oh, okay. And Reptile was, he was essentially the green Scorpion. Smoke was kind of like a gray looking Scorpion. Sub-Zero. Yeah, okay.
So they were all palette swaps initially, and that's kind of continued on, into the recent games as well. So obviously, all the people that I'm kind of cycling through now on the screen are all ninja, but they're all different colors, right? And technically they're not all ninja, but they're known as the palette swap ninjas.
I see.
And they, like initially, they sort of all had the same skin, let's call it, the same design, just a different color. Thus, palette swaps.
Exactly. Gotcha.
Just going to see if we can potentially get the game working here. Has anybody tested to see if the servers are now live yet?
Still says failed to download EULA documents. And then if I go to versus on.
Hey, Leica. Sorry.
Try to connect again.
Still down, Comblo X says. Yep, that's a shame.
Oh, that's too bad.
One second. May have my chat fixed. I really hope I do. That would be so much more helpful. Yes. Oh, I don't know if Phantom is listening, but thank you so much, Phantom. That really helps.
It was frozen for you or something?
No, so basically, because I have the actual stream itself open on one screen, I can't see the entire chat. So I've now got an entire window dedicated to the chat, so that helps a lot.
Oh, okay, good. I see.
Now Comblo X says, I want to hear more Woolays. And that's something that we're going to need you to actually do.
Okay.
So, idea is that in previous Mortal Kombat games, it was a lot more apparent in that certain characters, when they did something, they would make a really weird voice line, right? They'd make a weird noise. So I don't know if you remember, for example, Liu Kang's bicycle kick, Raiden's torpedo, the Superman,
Yeah,
and Quan Chi was known for Wule.
that's what he would say.
That's it. That's just one of the things he would say. So we've got Quan Chi here. Do you want to give yourself a? You want to give the chat a
sure.
Wule?
Let's try it. Is that all right?
That was perfect. That was. It's Quan Chi, everybody. We have confirmed it as Quan Chi. It's so stupid, but those little things kind of make Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean?
I know. A huge shout out to Sean T. Krishnan, the voice actor for Quan Chi. From what I've heard, from what we've all probably heard in the trailer and like in the gameplay, like he did amazing job.
He has
really
done an
forward to
amazing job.
eventually hear the rest of it. So
I love how you described it though when we were on the Realmcast episode. You were like,
he's
go for
another
it.
bald brown dude.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like two of us, man, and not only that, his initials are SK. Mine are Shah Jahan Khan. SK.
Oh, what? That did not even click.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're both not the same person? Just pretending.
Maybe we are. Maybe he's in one realm, I'm in the other realm. He's on the West Coast. I think I'm on the East Coast. So yeah, we could be two sides of the same coin.
Could be.
Yeah, I have some facial hair, so.
You're getting a 10 out of 10, by the way, from Birdie and Fox. So there you go.
Okay.
That's a high rating. He's a sorcerer after all. Yes. What if it's a clone? Could have been working with Shang Tsung in the flesh pits. So that's that's something good for you to possibly know, by the way. So on the screen right now is Shang Tsung, and Shang Tsung and Quan Chi are technically, but also technically not.
On the left side. Shang Tsung's on the left side, right?
Yes, on the left side. The one on the right, who seems to be on perpetually, is Havoc. He's a Chaos Realmer. We'll get to him, I think. But Shang Tsung is sort of like, think of it that he's another sorcerer, and in this game on my chest, Deadly Alliance, they actually formed an alliance, which, again, the name. And so
Shang Tsung was he was the OG sorcerer, right?
The OG sorcerer, for sure. Yeah. I mean, he was the OG boss, really.
Right.
Before, obviously it was on all 4 Shao Kahn, really. But, yeah.
Oh, right. Shao Kahn, of course.
Yes. Who is right next to Shang Tsung here. Although I've got him wearing his sort of hood instead of the mask and everything. But
who was the guy with the... Sorry to interrupt.
No.
With all the arms?
With all the... Goro?
Goro.
Yes. That I remember Goro just being absolutely terrifying to me as a kid.
Bonkers. Yeah, man, what a bonkers character.
In fact, hold on. Oh, cannot. Hold on. Let's go, Shao Kahn. Let's go. Here you go. There's Goro.
Oh, there he is. Oh, wow, he looks a little tamer.
Yeah, he does. He looks a lot smaller, and he's not wearing the iconic sort of underwear.
But he's still pretty terrifying.
Yeah,
I
he
must say.
Still looks amazing, to be honest. And then you've got Motaro there on the right side as well, who's a centaur.
That's the right side. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tell him the opening of MK Deception. So, Deadly Alliance, obviously, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi are working together, but towards the end of it and really sort of moving into Deception, the Deadly Alliance fractures and Quan Chi and Shang Tsung fight.
Okay.
Now, it seems like Quan Chi, this is your claim to fame now, Quan Chi actually was going to beat Shang Tsung as Raiden appears and then Onaga appears, taking, in the end, that's sort of like a triple Deadly Alliance with Raiden, Shang Tsung, and Quan Chi all trying to fight off Onaga, who has returned, and completely failing as Raiden self-destructs, taking out everything, including himself. Okay. And then you get the big baddie who everybody has been wishing for a very, very long time, who has made, there's a few signs of his return, but nothing concrete yet. But
Okay.
that's the Dragon King, Onaga, who was the previous ruler of Outworld prior to Shao Kahn.
I see. Thank you so much, man, for filling in all these little.
No, happy to. I mean, I'm sure chat will call me out if I say anything wrong. I'm curious. So let's go through this roster. Who on here, based on the little icons that you can see, who interests you the most?
Who is the one? Is Melina still in this?
Yes, she is. Right
Where is
here.
she?
And I'm pretty sure the fans would have ensured that she made it in if she was not.
Okay.
That is Melina.
Okay. And who is the character that's to the right of Ken Shao, of where the P2 thing is?
The right of Kenshi?
The other way.
Oh. So
Sorry.
right of who?
If the P2, the blue
Yep.
P2 can move right.
Yep.
Who's
Tanya?
this character?
This is Tanya.
That's Tanya.
Yes.
Okay.
So she has undergone some quite heavy changes throughout the timelines, actually, because initially she is from a realm called Edenia. And that is actually technically where Kitana is from, but now technically where Melina is from. Although prior that was not the case. Melina was a clone of Kitana and Tarkatan hybrid. Tarkatan being like this guy's species. Which has now become a disease rather than a species. But like I said, lots of changes. But Tanya was from Edenia, but actually betrayed Edenia to help Shinnok, the fallen elder god, ruler of the Netherrealm, and technically the leader of Quan Chi, to bring him into Edenia, which allowed for the entirety of pretty much Mortal Kombat 4 to take place. And
so Tanya's been around since basically back then?
She's been around since MK4, yeah.
MK4, okay.
And Tanya is actually, her name is based on one of Ed Boon's sisters, Tanya. And I think his other sister's name is Sonya, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that was my next question. Is Sonya Blade still here?
So she is now a cameo character here. And ironically, this is, in my opinion, the best she's looked in years, and she's relegated to being a cameo. Yeah.
Can I ask a really stupid question?
No, as in no stupid questions. Feel free to ask. Sorry.
Is a cameo character? What does that mean?
So let's do this. I'll show you.
A very basic ass question.
No. That's a totally fair question, because a lot of fans were asking exactly that on release. Okay. So I'll bring in my favorite here, Serena. And let's pick Goro over here, although that doesn't really matter. And we'll go to the Living Forest Classic stage. So this is Rain, right? I'm playing Rain at the moment. Okay. Now, on the top left, do you see where it says Rain Serena?
Yeah.
There's an R1 button, right?
Oh, so they just kind of can hop in for a little bit?
Yes, exactly. And like I was saying, it's a shame she isn't playable. Trust me, I feel the same way. I would kill for Serena on this roster. But so what you can do, for example...
Anytime you're playing, you can just hit R1 and bring the other person in?
Sort of.
As a cameo?
Sort of. So as you've seen there, what she did was she put like something on the ground, which actually lowers Smoke's meter, except it's in practice mode, so, you know, it's infinite at the moment. But if we go to the cameo moves list, you'll see that there's R1, left R1, right R1, and down R1. And then also a throw. So that means you have different options. So if you do a forward throw, she comes in. She's a demon.
Okay.
And she actually, by the way, is one, or was one of Quan Chi's personal assassins. She is the one who betrays him in mythologies, and it's kind of implied that there's a sort of romantic relationship between her, or like budding relationship between her and Sub-Zero.
When you said one of his assassins, I thought you meant like he has like a squad of assassins.
No,
that
he does.
Sends out.
He does.
He's like too lazy to do his own shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And actually, Quan Chi is given a lot of focus in Mortal Kombat Conquest, including a different set of assassins and is played very, very amazingly by Adoni Maropis.
And he's not just, I mean, it's not even just his assassins. They're almost like I don't know, like his slaves in a way, like his demoness slaves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they'll seem to do anything for him.
Oh, I see.
Welcome back, Phantom.
Hey, thank you. I don't know. What is the chat thing? Do you guys, should I do a quick raffle and while we're waiting and see who wins some G Fuel?
Yeah, why not?
What the hell is G Fuel?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Powder? Like, what is it?
Okay, so G Fuel is a gaming supplement. So basically, it comes in these powder canisters, and you mix it up with water, and it gives you everything from energy with its caffeine to focus, endurance, reaction. It's kind of like pre-workout, but not as strong as pre-workout. So you're not getting, that.
Gaming supplement? Such a thing exists? Wow.
That's it. Yep. And so
Makes total sense, right? Because you gotta like be like anything else.
Isn't it more akin to like an energy drink?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like energy. And Andrew Lopez is basically vitamins, caffeine, and taurine. So
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good explanation for it.
That is something I could never take because I am super sensitive to caffeine. I don't even drink green tea. So yeah, I will. Yeah,
Fair enough.
A lot of time these gaming supplements too, they use natural caffeine, so it's not like the people who drink the energy drinks. It's a big surge energy.
But I'm the sorcerer Quan Chi, so I'm just naturally overfueled. So I don't need any of this.
And then G Fuel does have caffeine-free flavors too, but not today.
So Sonia, Khan, the only reason I'm awake right now is because.
So G Fuel just launched several new flavors. There's the Mortal Kombat Classic Edition, which celebrates the 30th anniversary, and then there's the Mortal Kombat 1, which is the Liu Kang Dragon Fruit variant. And so these just came out, and they sent us these over, not sponsorship or anything, just so we can give it away to our fans. And
can I ask the fans something? Is it okay if we gift some G Fuel to Sonia Khan, who has set up this whole thing for me? Would that be okay with you guys? Like, is that possible?
Hell yeah!
I think Sonia deserves one.
Yeah.
I think Sonia deserves one. It's
So-
at least like, I'm literally just like ruining her day. Just, like, sitting around. So,
We have plenty of G Fuel to give out. So we're not going to be giving it all away today, of course. We're going to be doing a couple of more things with Mortal Kombat Line and our channel, but we've been collecting names for people who want some, and we're throwing in a little raffle thing right now, and I'm going to go ahead and run this, and we're going to choose a winner. So
All right.
it looks like everybody's excited for some G Fuel. All right, so I'm running it now, and the winner is user HJ8MR4V07Y. So congratulations.
Can you say that name
user.
again? Do you mind?
say that one more time.
I didn't hear it.
It is user HJ8MR4V07Y. So congratulations. We will be shooting you a message on YouTube, and you can reach out to us via any social media, and we will get that to you. We'll let you choose your flavor and everything, and we're gonna give out some more later today as this gaming experience goes on, or whatever is happening without Quan Chi today.
I mean, we're going through the lore. We're catching Shah Jahan up. If anything, I think this is a positive.
Yeah, this is great. So again, congratulations to our G Fuel winner. We have some more G Fuel to give out. Don't worry. And if you don't win any today, keep your eyes out on Mortal Kombat Online, because we're going to be doing more contests on MKO. It's not over, guys.
So much more G Fuel. I haven't played Kenshi in so long, and I'm trying to remember his combos. This is ironic considering I made combo guides for him.
Yanni, I'm not sure if you're. Maybe the chat can confirm. I don't think Yanni's gameplay audio is coming through.
I think I muted that because we were on the main menu, and we're sort of having discussion there. It should be loud now.
Do we see Sonia's latest message? I forgot to mention this because I actually learned this.
No way!
That's cool.
She was named after something because her elder brother Demur, who is basically like my brother as well. He was also him and I used to play Mortal Kombat as kids. So
That's cool. I've been a few Raidens lately. Which, speaking of Raiden, if you guys aren't following Fight for Rare, they are going through and they're tackling rare diseases, and they have an incredible fundraiser going on right now where John Tobias has drawn out the original Sonya Blade, or from Mortal Kombat 3, Carrie Hoskins, and they're both autographing and assigning it and hosting it for auction, and all the proceeds are going to Fight for Rare. So, if you guys haven't seen that, you can see it on our social media channels. Definitely check that out because it's like one of these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, and it goes to a good cause. Even if you just want to go and donate, like they've done some incredible things this past couple years since before Mortal Kombat 1 even came out. So, just a quick shout out to that.
I'm glad you shouted out because I wanted to do it and then it slipped my mind at this point. So great. And I mean, anything from Tobias getting involved as well, I'm happy to see.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. I will be back a little bit later to get out some more G Fuel. In the meantime, keep the questions coming in. And if you guys aren't following Shah Jahan Khan, where can they find you? You want to give them your links?
Yeah, basically on all the things, it's at Shajistan. There's just one correction. There's no second H, even though my name has the second H in there. It's actually just Shajistan.
Oh.
Shajistan. So that's okay, man. It happens. Don't worry about it. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, Instagram, Twitter. I joined Reddit basically just as this just a week ago, and because I'm hilariously whatever, I literally just used my real name. It's just John Khan. So I'm on Reddit. I just posted a video about Quan Chi, and then it was like it was in the Mortal Kombat subreddit for a really long time. That was super cool. But yeah, Instagram and Twitter, Twitter has now become something I use because of Mortal Kombat. So people have been sending me messages and stuff there. That's super cool. But yeah.
Awesome. I mean, we will leave an accurate link to your account in the description of the video following this as well. Apologies. Although we do hope you like your health bar anyway.
I think this is amazing.
So how aware are you of like the creator situation with Mortal Kombat? Like, for example, do you know who Ed Boon is? Do you know who John Tobias is?
Yes. I know who they are. If they were in some kind of lineup, I could not pick them out. But yeah, I definitely know Boone and Tobias.
Cool.
Is there another situation there?
No. Sorry, I said just to make sure that you're aware. I mean, Tobias has moved on sort of from the Mortal Kombat, or rather working on the Mortal Kombat franchise, but gets involved every so often. And Ed Boon is still creative director for NetherRealm Studios at this point as well.
Yes.
So, but they, as far as we are aware, they are on good terms and everything, which is great to see. As always,
cool.
You want that. You don't want these sort of things to have a negative sort of turn. So that's great.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre Lopez is saying, we appreciate your contribution to MK1 and hope you voice future Quan Chi in the MK animations. Yes.
Well, look, I wouldn't want to take away from Sean Krishnan. He's an incredible guy, but no, it would be really cool to be able to join the family someday.
You've already joined the family technically.
The vocal.
I honestly,
I really
sorry.
appreciate the you for saying that, Andre, because it's this being this like working actor, model, podcaster, and all these things, and you just kind of want to make something that lasts, or something that matters, and I can't think of anything more like lasting than being in Mortal Kombat. So, what an opportunity!
I mean, you're kind of like sort of showing off just how good you look as Quan Chi right now, just because you're all dressed up and everything too, so it's perfect.
Oh, I gotta shout out the makeup person. I mean, it's not makeup. This is really how I look. No,
it's sorcery.
Some days are normal Shah Jahan days, and some days are just Quan Chi. So Lisa Allen is my lovely, the lovely makeup person from
Sorcerer.
Beauty.
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Eiffel Beauty. She's a lovely makeup sorceress.
Oh yes.
Oh man. So that's what I did this morning. to prep for this. I actually was on another kind of funny show earlier in the day. It's been a sort of a celebratory Quan Chi day for me. So some friends of mine who did this really funny show called Susan and Mickey. I'll send you guys stuff about it.
Yeah.
So we did a little improv kind of thing. It's sort of modeled after that show Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, okay.
It has a public access kind of a vibe, so I think it'll be really funny.
Cool. Yeah, definitely link us up with that. That sounds pretty cool.
Sure.
Awesome. What's happening with the chat? I always try to make sure I'm not missing anything. Although Phantom really did save me with sending over that link, so that's helped me a lot. Thank you, Phantom. I know you're listening. Comblo X, congratulations again for being the model of Quan Chi. I mean, like, it's. I think you can see just how much everybody has loved, you know, how you look as Quan Chi, and obviously it's also so great to see.
Honestly, as someone that, you know, and I think this is something we probably talk about more now, but, you know, just male body image stuff, you know, I can't say I've always like loved everything about, you know, the way that I look and everything. So yeah, and again, not that this is where your validation should come from, but it's very nice.
Man, I've seen a bunch of comments like on most of the posts that we have posted with you saying, "Man, Quan Chi is handsome." So
my mom's proud. My mom loves that shit. So you keep saying it.
So this, by the way, on the screen is actually Shang Tsung's flesh pits. It's sort of like his experimentation lair.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we were sort of we were theorizing prior to release that this was potentially Meat, or at least related to a character called Meat, who came in Mortal Kombat 4 as well. Meat.
Like meat.
Like
Okay.
meat. It was literally just like a sort of...
Halal meat, or, you know, yeah.
Sorry?
I said halal meat. Or...
I'm pretty sure this was not halal. So definitely not. But so he was like this sort of skeleton, but like bloodied up with like sinew and flesh. Like it was just flesh and bone pretty much. There was no skin or anything. And the way he actually came into the game was he was sort of the base model for all the characters who were being fatality'd, kind of.
Wow.
But then it ended up being, I don't.
As in the end version of the fatality?
Kind of. So, for example, if a character's face got burned off, they would look like meat from the face or stuff, you know?
He is. Oh my god, he looks tough.
Well, that's not actually him in the end, but we still do think that he might turn up as a cameo fighter or something, which I hope I answered your question earlier, by the way, about the cameo. So
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they can come in and do a special move, which allows you to continue combos, for example. Stuff like that. They can push them away. They can provide you armor, things like that. There's a bunch of different things that they can do.
Yes. So hang on. So we don't know. So this person who...
I mean, I don't think that's me anymore.
No,
we don't know who it is. It's just some random person, I think.
just some creep just like hanging out in the back.
Pretty much, literally hanging out, yeah.
Okay.
And you can see that Shang Tsung has all his amazing little experiments here.
Yeah,
And
maybe I could model him.
who wants to see Shah Jahan model Meat for Mortal Kombat 1? Now, I kind of wonder about this, yeah, because I'm looking inside this little tank, and it kind of, I mean, it could be a serpent, a snake or something, or it could be those tentacles that we're seeing in Quan Chi's gameplay.
Oh yeah, these things back here. Who knows?
Yeah, I do wonder. There's always these little details that the team really needs to be sort of praised for, in my opinion.
I just wanted to address something that Andre is asking. They're saying, how hard were the yelling, screaming, and hit him? So I just want to clarify, I was not the voice of Quan Chi. The voice of Quan Chi, another brown dude named Sean T. Krishnan. So you should look up Krishnan, Krishnan. You should check out. He's a great voice actor.
Phenomenal job in MK1.
So that was him. It wasn't me. So I'm assuming he's probably experienced at the yelling and the screaming, you know. So from what I understand, it depends on the actually Dominic was talking to me about this because these are also my questions about like, you know, how long does it take to like do a voice, you know, for the whole, do the voiceover for the whole game? Because for me, like if I do an audiobook, you know, depending on how long, it's usually 2 to 3 days, you know, if it's like a normal like book or whatever.
Mhm.
But so I think the way it goes, it depends on kind of like which character. Obviously because some have more, you know, more lines.
More voice
and
lines,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but they'll do their. I think it was done over 3 or 4 sessions, and sometimes they have like fill-in stuff. But yeah, so
I mean, it's an intense thing,
Yeah.
especially if you think Mortal Kombat, where you have to pretend you're being ripped apart and
yeah.
being burned
And
alive
honestly-
and such.
so in awe of great like voice actors.
Yeah.
Like sometimes for their voiceover demos, like I have a really great friend here in Boston. He's a phenomenal voice actor, Logan Raposo. He does animation and stuff, and I think he has one of these reels as well. But some people will put up like a voice reel of them just like doing different voices live, and also like do like a studio shot, so you can actually just see them doing all these things like one by one. And I think that stuff is just so incredible, especially because it's like, yeah, it's one thing to kind of like, you know, as an actor or whatever, to like get in the head of somebody else, but to really like, and I've done it a little bit with like multi-character audiobooks that I've done. I haven't done too many of them. But yeah, you really have to like draw on different parts of yourself. And yeah, I mean, obviously there's like the classics, like all the Mortal Kombat people, or like, you know, the people that do The Simpsons or something like that. But I've always found it really, really fascinating. And it's something I'd actually like to delve into and train heavily and do, and, you know.
Well,
try
I mean,
out.
said it already. Very much hoping that you do manage to make it into Mortal Kombat voice cast as well. That would be a really cool thing, especially,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
it's also, you know, like obviously, like I have a certain register of a voice, and you know, people do often tell me I have a nice voice and stuff, but it's just there's so many different kinds of types of voices that there's not like one voice that's like right for voiceover, and I think especially for voice acting, the weirder the better. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, like one thing as well is that I guess you don't have to really. I mean, assuming you know you're training more and more. One thing that it could be is that you don't have to go with what it would be a sort of, let's go with the word stereotyped sort
Sure.
of voice typing for
yeah.
you.
Wrote something funny. What is it? I can't read. Oh, Bossy wrote. It's Bossum. I got to give Bossum a shout out. He goes, "This is my bandmate. One of my, I guess probably my best friend in the whole
Oh.
world. Bossum. We started a band, the Kaminas, together almost 20 years ago." And he goes, "Pakistani face, Indian voice, unstoppable." Love you, Bossum. And Basim is the one that has been updating me about all this nonstop. We have like a little WhatsApp thread going with our band.
Aw.
And just, he's the one that like, even today when I was like, dude, I think I'm going to be pretty bad. He was like, no, you're going to have a great time. And he was like, if you did get to play, he was like, just, you know, just you can just block people if like people get too like whatever. And
Yeah.
so.
Don't worry, man. Like, you got some good support here. And by the way, was it Basim you said?
Basim, yes.
Basim.
Right, he's on.
Yep,
Basi
Basirotti. Yep. All right,
Yep.
cool. Well, I mean, Basim, if you're listening, very much enjoyed what I did hear of your band together, by the way. I actually likened it to Faith No More and Mr. Bungle in a way about how eclectic it was. So, you know, love it.
Yeah,
I'm glad he managed to stop by as well. That's cool.
We should also shout out the Usmani cousin, Omar Usmani. He texted me as well. I think he's on the thing too.
Oh, great.
So, maybe he won the G Fuel. I don't know. Maybe he was.
Maybe, yeah. Was his username 45,000
Or-
characters long?
Bias in numbers.
Oh, and Basim has some good taste here. Says, love Mike Patton.
Yeah.
I
I knew he would like that.
Delara's artwork says, I have to go, sadly. Super fun to watch. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
joining,
sticking
Delara. Delara, if you have not checked out Delara's artworks, seriously, go do so. She has some
Niall's
amazing
here
stuff.
too. Oh man, we got the Usmani party. So we've got the
Hey.
Nizza. That is Basim's younger brother, Niall. He's also he's on. Wow. Everybody's here. Everybody's hanging out.
You got all that
I'm so
support.
excited.
That's great. I'm so happy to see you all here supporting him, by the way. And I think he's doing an amazing job, is he not?
No, these These people are my family, man. They're
Yeah.
the reason that I'm who I am.
Ah, that's amazing. And I see that Grizz Moses is asking, can you all repeat the name of the band? Sonia Khan has said it is the Caminas. Go check them out. They're pretty cool, honestly. Like each song that I listened to had a sort of different vibe to it, a different sort of feel. And I really appreciate that with bands a lot. So yeah, go enjoy. I need to see him fatality you, Yanni. I'd love that too, but the servers aren't working. You have access to Quan Chi right now, but not online servers. Interesting.
How do you have access?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Oh, is this Boone or Tobias?
I'm gonna check this out quickly to see, because I know that it says purchase. Yep, I've got it purchased, so I don't know what more we can do except hope that it works.
Oh, right.
That's a shame.
At least you could.
At least we can get into the game. Yeah, you know, like at least it's there.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see. Oh,
We've been trying to play for the last couple of hours. The servers are down. So.
I'm actually very curious if there's been a single update from the official channels, because there was not the last time I checked.
It was too much Quan Chi for the servers. I was combo. Oh, thank you. Joe Slate says, I'm not sure. I'm just lucky, but really, man, you rock the look. Oh, thank you. And thanks again, Lisa Allen, for the look.
Yes, yeah, the sorceress herself.
Yes.
I mean, I gotta compliment the detail there too.
Maybe her and I should do some cosplay together.
Yes, you totally should. I mean, you need to do the entire outfit. You're not stopping at just the makeup, man. You need to go further.
Yeah. No, that's one thing that I think Dominic was saying, that so there's people that build costumes like for this stuff, and
Yeah.
it was like I could put you in touch with like the legit costume people.
Yeah,
So
cosmakers and such.
yeah. I feel like before I go to any of these conventions, though, I'm gonna have to get like ripped, because let's be real, like Quan Chi is a tank.
One of the things that I love about cosplay is that you don't really like it. It's up to you if you want to set that standard for yourself, but really the entire point is to just enjoy the character that you're cosplaying, and man, I'm telling you, with your face, you're good to go. You just need the outfit now. Get some fake abs if you like to, sure.
Yeah, fake abs. Can you tell us if Niall says? Can you tell us if you could make up a new fatality and a new friendship to do to each other? What was?
I like this question. I like this question. Wait, so is Shah Jahan saying that how he would fatality me, or just in general for the game?
Because Yanni knows more than I do. So let's
No, but see, that's the thing. It's all you got to make up your own fatality or friendship now. Do you know what a friendship is, by the way?
No,
No.
I don't.
Okay. So you know what a fatality is,
Of course,
right?
Of course.
It's sort of killing sequence, right? But
Yeah.
a friendship is sort of the opposite. And funny enough, friendships actually stemmed from at the time of Mortal Kombat sort of coming around, everybody was going crazy about the gore, how realistic it was, which is, funny looking back on it. But the fatalities were obviously a huge step too far for many people, and actually led to the creation of the SRB rating system. So that's where that was Mortal Kombat, which brought this all on. And really, babalities and friendships, and I'll explain what they both are. And yes,
So I was wondering if that was like sometimes what's the term for like a memory that you make up that isn't real?
I know what you mean. What's the
Babality.
word?
I thought babality was not a real thing that I just sort of created that was a memory.
No, it's a real thing.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So in a similar vein, babality has you turn, your opponent into a baby. Friendships, instead, sort of do something fun. The Mandela effect. Thank you. That's Niles, right?
The Mandela effect. Thank you, Niall.
Cara de Mosoro Game says you have to show a video with friendship. I want to, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm afraid to mess around with the OBS setup that we've got right now, because there's a million different windows on 2 monitors right now. But yeah, so friendships and babalities were actually created as a way to sort of poke fun at the people complaining. And the friendship, for example, you had Shang Tsung
About what?
opening his hands, making a rainbow. No deaths or anything involved, just literally like something friendly.
You said to poke fun at people complaining about what?
The fatalities and the gore and such of Mortal Kombat. So it was literally them making fun of them. Like at Midway at the time, not NRS, making fun of the people sort of complaining.
Was there a whole like parents were thinking it was too violent or
Yeah,
something
I mean,
situation?
that's what I'm saying. So it literally led to the creation of the ESRB rating system. Like the entire gaming rating system as we see it now.
It's
That's
because of Mortal Kombat.
all Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
So there was so much drama. I mean, especially in the US, people were complaining, and you know, I was still a baby at this point in time.
Music and whatever, Tipper Gore and the whole like lyric stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, just extremely gory, and I mean, bearing in mind as well, it was digitized sprites, so it was literally, you know.
I remember back in the day, there was little like MS Paint water droplet, like blood droplets.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, MK3, for example, took this even further and had like brutalities added where you do a combo, like a really long combo, which would lead to the character sort of beating the hell out of the other character to the point where they would explode into a huge amount of bones, including, for example, like 7 rib cages and stuff, you know, just going the whole extra mile. So, hey, we're catching up to Mortal Kombat pretty fast, I think.
Yeah, man.
Jose Medrano says, are servers back yet? As far as I can tell, they are not. And there is no updates so far, as far as I can tell, at least on Facebook and Instagram. And I know that, or at least I think I'm aware that Twitter, the Mortal Kombat Twitter is sort of taking a stand against Twitter at this point in time, I think. So they have not posted anything since November. So not seeing any updates there, although I will check to see if maybe Thalion has posted anything. Let's have a look. Twitter.com.
What else we got going on in there? You know, somebody says I think they're thinking more deja vu than Mandela effect. Yeah, I guess I could see.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more Mandela, to be honest, though, in the sense, although Mandela is more like a sort of general population rather than just individual person, I suppose. I guess we've not really found the right word, because even that one I don't think is it either, although it's close.
Yeah.
Yep, there's no updates as far as I can tell. That is a shame. One sec. Oh, here we go. Patch notes released. Okay. Just literally a minute ago. Thank you, Phantom. Maybe we need to download... Might need to go to the main menu and download the update. Yep, that might be it. Everybody, servers might be back.
Oh.
Let's find out.
So what do I do?
All right, so go to the main menu, as you can see on my screen.
Oh, the main menu.
Yep, like close the game. So PlayStation button, quit game.
Close the game.
Yep. Found that?
Close game. Yeah.
All right, and then when you're at the screen, let me know.
Yep, I'm there.
Cool. Press the start button, I'm going to call it, the options button on Mortal Kombat, and say check for update. I'm going to laugh if there's no update yet.
Which one? Oh, the options button. Yes.
Yeah. Nope, there's no, there's no update.
Yeah, check for a no update.
Yeah, I'm going to test now. Maybe it's just been fixed because the patch notes have just been released.
Okay.
Let's hope that it is working. I'm curious if Rain has had any changes.
Maybe it's because all the Osmanis joined. Probably what it is.
Nope, it's not working.
Oh, no.
Oh, Phantom, what are you doing to us? We tried. Oh my god, I'm actually so tempted to like try and fiddle with OBS just to show you this fatality that Kara has mentioned. Oh, I really want to. Do I do it? Do I risk it? Let's see if I can do it. It's totally worth it.
Yeah, I want to see it. And I mean, you know, worst comes to worst, we'll just get Phantom back on here. It's probably time for him to do another giveaway anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Phantom, hope you're listening. I know he's got some stuff going on though, so whenever he gets a chance, it's all good. Elder Gods are fighting, that's why it's down. All right, Quan Chi Nick. All right, let's see if I can get this. I really hope I don't mess this up. All right, chat. Let's find out. Give me 1 sec. Nope, that is definitely not it. 1 second. Okay, this should work. Can you all confirm for me if you can see that?
I can see that.
Great. Now let me make sure that the
What
audio.
is this?
Sorry?
Which Mortal Kombat is this?
This is Deadly Alliance.
Deadly Alliance, okay.
Can you confirm for me if you hear anything?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, here we go. Here is the infamous neck stretch fatality.
Okay.
Quan Chi wins. Fatality.
And that is... Oops, what have I just done? There we go.
Can you play that again?
Yep, sure. 1 sec. Let me get that up. Here we go. Why is this not working?
Quan Chi wins. Fatality.
So he just extends the neck.
Literally, that's it. So that one is quite infamous now because of obviously how ridiculous it is. Yeah, I'm glad I risked it to show you that. I'm glad.
Yeah. You could cut everything else that's happened in this entire episode. And just, that was totally worth it.
Now I gotta make sure I get this working again. There we go.
Fatality ever. I could feel it in my bones that you were about to play this.
Had to happen. Had to happen. Or if they bring it back, they can have the Eldritch Monster do it this time. Yes. Yes.
Who's the Eldritch Monster?
So that's the sort of tentacles that you see coming out of the portal.
Oh,
So
okay.
we don't actually know what that is. I'm a big fan of Lovecraft.
Okay.
And that's very like Cthulhu-like to me, you know? So that's what I'm sort of taking from this, really. It's sort of like the unknown and just those tentacles.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why he's saying it's an eldritch monster, really. I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me. I'd like to see more, but I think that's one of the best additions to like any of the characters in the entire game so far, in my opinion. I really, really like that additional thing. And the whole portal thing, too. I mean, you must have seen this, Shah Jahan, how he's like kicking through a portal behind him and it's hitting the opponent behind too. That's so cool.
Yeah, that thing's amazing. Yeah.
So very much excited to actually give him a go. And I mean, I think I've mentioned this to you. Like Quan Chi has never been a character for me that I've really I like the character, but I've not really played him so much since maybe.
I remember you saying this when I think during the interview.
Yeah. Now it's just like, I'm so ready to try him. You know, he looks amazing the way they've like NRS. I'm very ready to always criticize where necessary, but I'm also ready to praise. And here they definitely deserve praise with how they've reimagined Quan Chi, in my opinion. I think he looks really, really cool. Yeah, Sonia says Lovecraft and Doctor Strange. I see that.
Yeah, I did get to see after I think we were done scanning my face, and I got to meet the whoever did was there was two actors doing some mocap in the gym. It was really cool, and then I did get to see an early version of the. And now I can say all this is great.
Yeah,
The early version of like the slicing fatality thing.
with
So I got to see like
the mirrors or the
pre-red-
glass.
Yeah, they were, and they were the staff was like, hey, so it was funny. It was like literally the end of the day. They were like, "Hey, before you go, do you want to just like see his fatality because it's probably the coolest one?" And so I was like, "Yeah." And so I was like, "Oh my god, that's what I'm." And again, and this maybe harkens back to the first question I think someone asked in the chat, or one of the first ones, where it was like, what is it like seeing this now? Back then, like when I saw that, I still thought it would be sort of a mix. The likeness would be it would be a little more ambiguity in terms of my face and Richard's face and all these things, and I was not prepared to just like see myself like me like doing that.
Well, it wasn't on
I
your
told
own
him-
character as well, was it?
My younger sister Noor Jahan, we were joking around. I stayed with my folks last night, and we were explaining to my mom what a fatality is. And then so she was like, "Oh, what do you mean? Like, is it violent?" And then my sister Nuna, like, and I sort of like explained like, yeah. So what he does is after he's done like kicking this person, like whoever's ass, like he kind of like looks up to the sky, and these like 5 panes of glass come down and just slice the person into like pieces, and all the pieces just like fall apart. And my mom was like, "Oh."
Ah. It's always actually funny seeing how like parents will react to these sort of things for sure. I mean, I think to this day my mom has no idea what like Mortal Kombat really is, but I like as a kid growing up with it, I loved it, and even without knowing like, or even maybe she did see the fatalities and stuff, she was like, he likes it. So she made me a Sub-Zero outfit. And, I still remember that outfit when I was a kid. It was like the best thing.
My mom
So.
made me a Raiden outfit. She made me Raiden. I wish I could find that photo somewhere. It's probably on my Facebook or something if I look closely for it. But yeah, so she made me my mom knew all about Mortal Kombat. I was not allowed to own it.
Okay.
But I played it at the older kid's house, whenever I would go there.
You did mention that on the Rumcast, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, she did make me a Raiden outfit. I remember now. So.
Oh, that's amazing. I've got to see if I can find mine. It must be somewhere in the house. It's the same house when I grew up, so I'm gonna have to go back and check it out if I get a chance sometime. Because I think that was a pretty awesome outfit. Shout out, Mom.
Yeah.
I love you. And you got to see. I mean, if you can find pictures of yourself in a Raiden outfit, that would be absolutely awesome.
Oh, I 100% can find them for you.
Oh, you're gonna share those over, please.
Yeah, except for the my mom might have done a little white face on this brown face. So
I think that's apparently allowed. It's allowed to go one way, but not the other. I don't even. I mean, you're technically doing it right now as Quan Chi if you think about it.
Right. Yeah. But no, it was a combination of like I was a figure skater growing up, so it was a combination of a figure skating outfit, and then she had like made the Raiden hat. She did it. I remember she did like with like gold sequins and stuff.
Oh wow!
I think the rest of it was like for the Daisies on this like Osmanis or whatever. I was basically just wearing a kurta shalvar, and then I think I had like a vest or something with it. So it was pretty good.
That sounds accurate to me. Just even
glasses.
visualizing it.
So obviously I had like my kid nerd double rimmed glasses.
I love it. It all comes together too with the outfit.
Raiden with like vision correction.
It's all that lightning, Sometimes it gets in your eyes. See a couple of questions here. Server's still down. Looks like it. It does look like it. Yes. The patch notes were seemingly just released, but servers seem to be still down.
Yes,
I
and
think
Robert Franklin is asking, "Hello, is that the actor?" So my face is the face of Quan Chi. It's not my voice. The voice is a wonderful actor named Sean T. Krishnan.
Season 3 is ice themed. Yes, it is a Sub-Zero themed invasion. Well, season, I suppose, is the right answer, or right word here. So yeah, I mean, some of the skins look pretty cool. So you're aware, Shah Jahan. If I have a character who is currently wearing one,
And skins,
Here.
another basic question. Skins are different outfits?
yes,
Different, like,
pretty much different outfits. It's a sort of like a gaming term now, which is just stuck with every game.
Okay. I didn't know
And
if it was just combat specific.
no, it's all games. Really, most games nowadays it seems. But you'll see here, for example, that they all seem to have a theme in that they're wearing gold and silver.
Okay.
And
Yes.
that's really the sort of mastery theme. If you get all these characters to level 35, you unlock the gold and silver skins for their primary and alternate skins. You get palette swaps, really.
Okay.
Because so for example, Rain's base outfit is this, but purple, gold, and teal. But the palette swap here is gold and silver. So then you get some seasonal themes, which I'm trying to see if I have any attached. This one technically counts, but let me see. Here we go. Perfect. So this was a seasonal theme from last season, which was Nitara's season, the season of blood, and she's a vampire, as you can see here. Now, I'm curious, Jajan, do you know who this is? Can you see her face?
Hang on. That? Who that is?
On the left, yeah.
Is
I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but I mean, you can barely see her face, to be fair. But no idea?
It's not. Wait. Is it? Who was the one that had the fan?
No,
It's not
that's
her.
Katana. So I mean, sorry, I'm asking if you know whose face that is, like real life face.
Is that Megan Fox? or no?
Exactly. Yes. So that's Megan Fox.
Yeah, I didn't. And I remember again. I'm not. I mean, I'm not good with celebrities in that sense, but I just didn't know exactly who she was until this game. So,
Yeah, no, fair.
That's,
Totally fair.
Yeah.
I'm not generally too good with stuff outside of, I guess, Mortal Kombat either. You know, like, so no, totally. I see Basim has his knowledge of Megan Fox's voice acting. In my opinion, Nitara looks amazing. The voice acting does leave a little bit to be desired, sadly. And
we
I know
got a
that
little
many-
clash, like Bossy Roti and Yanni got to get it on once the game goes live.
I'm down. But so it was her theme season last season, and that's what this skin is actually from. So this season's one is actually based on Sub-Zero. So they all get sort of ice kind of themes. And I'm actually heartbroken. I do want to call this out. I really hope somebody from NRS is watching this right now, because Rain has a phenomenal new themed skin. And you guys have put it at Elder God level, which I don't think I'm going to reach. So, Shah Jahan, to update you, there's a thing called Combat League. And Combat League is, think of it as sort of ranked mode, competitive mode.
Yes.
Where you
Yes.
go up tiers. Now,
Yep.
I mean, I've never really gone the whole mile, even in MK11 for Elder God. I think I've stopped at God before.
Okay.
And just purely because you unlock all the skins, at least in MK11, in the first section of each sort of category. You have 3 tiers in each category. So the first tier was normally the first skin for each, a skin for each category. So in this one now, Rain is in the 3rd tier, but unlike in MK11, the skin is not unlocked at Demigod, but at Elder God, which is the top ranking. So, like, barely any people are really going to get it unless they really put in the time and effort to get it, which, I don't know. I'm hoping that it goes back to Demigod rather than Elder God. And I think a few people in the chat probably do agree with this. Combat League is not exactly one of the most loved parts of the game, to be fair. So, yeah. But the skins do look really cool, because it's a lot of salt, I suppose is the best way to say it. It's just extremely stressful. Latency can make a huge difference as well. And then, I mean, it's also just the fact that, say, you're playing people better than you, you're going to get destroyed, and that's not a good feeling. But obviously you learn from those mistakes, but then you'll also have moments where it's just like you are ranking up, and then you're coming against somebody who's at a lower rank than you, who you don't have a choice on whether you fight or not, because you're locked because of the latency. There's a certain threshold where you have to fight them. And if they are a lower tier than you, you lose more points than you gain, thereby losing pretty much, for example, 3 games worth of progress in terms of points. So it's quite... It can get irritating, you know?
I see.
Here we go. Microtransactions suck. Yeah, that's something that I do comment on. The microtransactions in this game do need to be addressed. They are quite...
What does that refer to?
Microtransactions are sort of in-game transactions, where purchases, let's say, where you can...
As in I had to... Yeah.
In the store. Yeah. So you go, you buy a skin or you buy gear, and that is really the biggest criticism of the game. You know, as I've mentioned, I will always praise the game, but I will also criticize where necessary. And for the sake of the gaming landscape and the franchise itself, I do hope this is addressed. The prices are quite... What's the word? I'm going to go with overblown.
It's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, exactly. It is a lot of money, and I don't think it's right, especially when the game cost what it did. But
yeah, wait, so that means you pay more. So, for example, to get the premium edition, it was essentially $120.
Yes.
So there's like more from there, even.
Yeah, there's more from there.
Like
so,
okay.
The game has a base edition, a premium edition, and a collector's edition. Collector's edition coming with this statue here. And then the premium edition, obviously, you know, has the first combat pack included. Now, that combat pack allows you to get the characters who are coming in, for example, Quan, and then, as you can see, everybody on here, you got Ermac, you got Takeda, you've got Peacemaker, and you've got Omni-Man and Homelander. Now, the skins themselves do not seem to come with any of the editions. I mean, there are certain skins that did come with the game, but then if you want any new skins which are premium store exclusive, you have to pay money, and that's generally about, is it $10 or something per skin?
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Random question. So if you are like playing online with someone, and you can then play against someone who has a skin that you can't access?
Yes.
Oh man, that probably feels a little like, that's like, I don't know, like seeing somebody
FOMO.
wearing like a super nice suit or something, and you're just like, oh my god, I wish I could be as cool as that person.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think it's a tactic. It's FOMO. It is definitely a way to get people, you know, fear of missing out. Like, oh, I want this, so I'm gonna, like, look at me right now. I'm gonna get FOMO from not getting the rain skin. So even though I don't feel like going through a million Combat League fights, I might have to do it for that rain skin because he's my favorite character, you know? So that's really the whole FOMO thing. But then also on top of that, like, it's a tactic where if you see somebody else using it, then you're more inclined to get it because, hey, that looks really cool. But then the other tactic is making the base skins that come with the game free to be sort of have less effort, I suppose. Although I don't think that's fair to the people who designed them. I'm gonna say they're less like, the skins are not as premium looking as the ones that you would get from the premium store, which, yes, it's in the name, but I don't know, that feels a bit you know what I mean?
Are the skins like functionally relevant, or are they purely aesthetic?
No, they're purely aesthetic. Although there have been past instances where some skins have given certain advantages. For example, in my own experience, apologies, Mortal Kombat X, Scorpion had an infrared skin, and that is exactly what it sounds like. The character Scorpion was literally infrared, and that was extremely irritating on the eyes, especially with me. I have like visual issues, so that was very difficult to play against. Certain skins, I think, maybe not in Mortal Kombat, but they've been shown to have like different hitboxes as well, which means that, so for example, if a character, so fighting games, Shahjahan, you'll have high, mid, low. High will go for example, the face. Mid will go, for example, the torso. Low will go for the legs, let's just say. Now,
Sure.
if you are, say, standing with a smaller character and somebody does a high, generally, obviously, you'd hope that based on the general programming, that high would hit them because they're standing. But if they're ducking, they're supposed to miss. But then there's certain instances where they could be jumping or in the middle of their own move where it would hit another character in that position, but it would not hit that character who's wearing that skin, which decreases their hitbox. So that's the thing about like sort of advantages that could potentially come with skins. Now that's not very prominent, I would say. I don't think I can think of a skin in Mortal Kombat which has done this, but it is a concern at times. But I don't think that's the main issue here. The main issue here for me, in my opinion, is that the premium store pricing is quite bad because it's sort of a way of. Sorry.
Like, how much does the collector's edition cost? Like 200 something?
I mean, I'm not in the US, so I don't know how I'd convert that over. Let's see, price. Mortal One collector's edition.
Yeah. Initially, is that the one I should?
That was about $200. Oh no, $250 apparently.
250. Yeah, that's what I had seen. So I was like, yeah, I know I'm in this thing, but I'm not dropping $250.
Yeah. See, like for me, I was excited to get it. I liked the figure, and obviously super fan. So I got it, and I was able to get it over here. My store was able to hook me up. They were very nice about it. That's amazing, But then, wait, collector's edition in the US is 119?
That can't be right.
No, that's premium. That's premium.
Yeah, that's premium. But Robert was so it's a premium one. That's the one I got. So.
Sorry, I was catching up with a couple of the questions. Sorry, everybody. The chat kind of it moves fast. But Eddie, I think Eddie Herda is asking, what do you get if you unlocked everything there is in the game through the shrine? The answer is nothing. You get a message in the shrine telling you that you have cleared out the shrine for the season. Come back next season.
What is the shrine?
The shrine is where you put in coins. Now let's see if I can actually sort of access. All right, see here, the shrine is kind of grayed out, so we can't open it. But if I open this up, so the shrine, you can unlock character art, environment art, music. Although that depends. I think certain things, character art and environment art, I'm pretty sure we're in the shrine, and then character skins and palette swaps. Now, if I go to, no, it's not going to work. Now we're gonna have to wait for ages. Basically, you have different forms of currency. Mortal Kombat 1 has too many, to be honest. Very mobile-like in nature. But there's one called coins, which you get from just playing the game, which is, in my opinion, great. You go and you spend them in the shrine, and each, is it 1,000 or 10,000? Something like that. You get something random from the shrine, pretty much.
Okay.
But in the past seasons, since the game is released, it is possible to exhaust the shrine, which is, totally fair. But that's why I'm answering Eddie, because he's asking, what do you get if you actually do clear out the shrine?
Gotcha.
When are the servers going to be back? I've waited all day. So have we.
We don't know, bro.
I wish I could tell you.
I know.
It's a month.
Well, hopefully it's in the next 30 minutes, because unfortunately Quan has to go have dinner with his family.
Yeah, that I mean, worst comes to worst, if we're not able to play, we can totally do this another time, man, if you're down.
Sure.
But I'm just glad that we were able to do this, and I get some questions from the chat towards you directly.
Absolutely.
I'm actually shocked that we've heard nothing regarding the game, though. That is not a good look, I must admit.
Nothing like from any of the official channels, like
nothing
essentially, no.
at all.
Okay.
That I've seen, at least. I could be completely wrong. I'm checking. Oh, got some news for everybody. For anybody who is interested in the mastery system for the characters, the base characters you probably know have 35 levels. It looks like all DLC only have 20 levels of unlockables. That includes Quan, which, again, I must admit, is kind of disappointing, especially as we could get Omni-Man to level 35 but not unlock anything. from 2235 itself. Shah Jahan, you're probably wondering, what the hell is he talking about? What is a mastery
Yeah, a
system?
little bit. That's okay. I figured at some point.
So, mastery system is actually a really cool system, which NRS have put in the game, where the more you play a character, the more you go towards unlocking individual unlocks for that character, whether that be banner icons, which I can show you now. If you look on the top left here, you'll see my icon has a woman on it and then a sort of golden kind of vortex kind of looking thing. So that's your sort of banner in a way. Maybe there's another name for it, but I've got, for example, Serena and then the sort of banner like background behind it. So you can unlock, for example, Serena's one, I unlocked from mastering her cameo, right? The more you play them, the more levels you unlock, the more levels you reach, the more you unlock, pretty much. Skins, banner icons, etc., gear pieces. Yeah, so it's actually a really cool system, although people have said it is quite long, which I can totally see. I have managed to do them all. But you know, like, I think it's a great system, just they need to sort of adjust the XP on it, in my opinion. And what I was saying is, hold on, can we still do this? Oh, great. I think we can access the customization. That is perfect. Great. So, you were asking about themed skins and such. Now,
yes,
one of the premium skins that you could get, and this was, to be honest, the only skin I've actually spent my dragon crystals on that I got with my collector's edition, was this. And this is Scorpion from Deadly Alliance. That's his alt. So you see, those are the kind of skins that you're going to be unlocking through real money, really. In comparison to, say, I mean, Scorpion has some good skins. So let's go to, for example, Reptile with his amazing default skin, one of the best skins in the game, to this. Which is not one that many people seem to be a fan of, including myself. But I think you can see what I mean in terms of the sort of premium look to that other one compared to this. You get some really cool ones, of course, but you know, like, I try to be fair as much as I can. But yeah, that's the customization system, really. You get gear pieces, so Rain can change his staff. Different things here. You get different palettes. He can look like that. He can look like that. Things like that. Now, Eddie Herta says, please 95 skin. Did you all catch the Mortal Kombat 95 reference on the Season 3 trailer? Shah Jahan, you have seen Mortal Kombat 1995. So do you remember that scene where Liu Kang is facing off against Sub-Zero?
I think so.
I wonder if I can just bring this up for you again, because I think it would be pretty cool to bring up.
Way we can remind ourselves.
Let's see if I can do this without messing it up again. I did it once. I can possibly do it again. Twitter.com/rollcast. Oh, that's weird. It's only showing posts from literally like July. Instagram.com. All right, let's try that. Okay, that is not working. That is really irritating. Let's try Facebook now.
Can I tell you something funny, Yanni?
Sure.
You got my handle correct. I was totally wrong.
Oh.
Handle, dude.
It happens. It totally happens.
It's my name, dude. Of course, that's why I made it like that.
Phantom, if you're listening, he's probably like fist pumping the air. Like, yeah, I knew I was right.
What is this dude talking about?
Window capture. Here we go. Window Chrome. There we are. All right. Can everybody see this?
Okay. Oh, yes, of course. I remember this.
So that came up in the
Yes.
in the, what do you call it?
I want to go and rewatch this tonight.
Man, when I was getting the screenshot, I was going through the movie. I was like, yeah, I need to rewatch. I need to do it. It's time, you know.
And then I'll try to watch Annihilation as well.
honestly, man, do it. You know, but you have to approach it differently than you do 95.
For sure.
That's the main thing. If you bear that in mind, I think you won't have an issue going through it. Just sort of enjoy it in a way where it's extremely campy. You know.
Of course.
Yeah, the next level camp.
Yeah. Hey man, you're talking to a guy that's been in a Lifetime movie, so. You know.
Let's see, what did we miss on the chat? Daniel William Clark, hey, hope you're well. It's the sorcerer himself. What an honor. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. It is Quan Chi himself, as you can see.
Thank you, Daniel. Great to talk to you.
That is not makeup. That is his normal skin.
That's how I get out of bed every day. Yeah.
Actually, fun fact on this, by the way, on the markings and such, or rather the white skin. Quan Chi has always had that sort of white skin with the markings in the previous timeline. But in this game, he has normal skin color until a certain point where his soul is kind of almost, absorbed through from the souls that he's trying to control, which actually leaves him with the white skin, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Very big shift. I know that some people are kind of finicky on the changes to the lore. I appreciate the differences here. I think that they generally seem to really make sense, and I think it's kind of courageous to try and switch things up in a way which still fits Mortal Kombat. We should show him a clip of Quan Chi from MK Conquest. I want to, but I feel like this is something he needs to discover on his own as he watches MK Conquest. I'm telling you, man, that is such a good show.
Yeah, guys, I have some homework to do. So
everybody seems to be saying that your sorcery has broken the servers. Shut up. That's really a shame, though. I am sad that we so far have not gotten to play. How long do you have left?
I literally borrowed a PS5 from my good friend Fatma to do this.
And you got the game, and you got PS Plus.
It's all good. Yeah. No, I actually ended up having a friend who had bought 2 licenses, so I didn't have to.
Oh, that's awesome. You can play a little offline after dinner. There you go.
They didn't give me a copy of the game, so you know.
Warner Bros. NRS, if you are watching this, you do need to make this right, in my opinion. Does this Quan Chi worship any entity or Shinnok? I'm very curious to see what's happened with Shinnok in this timeline. Are you aware about much to do with Shinnok, Shadjan?
Very not much. So okay. I could use. If you're down with like you have been for the last 2 hours, another tutorial.
So Shinnok is a fallen elder god, and he tried to take over Earthrealm and was rebuffed by Raiden. And as punishment, he was sent to the Netherrealm, which is essentially hell. And he was shackled by Lucifer, the original ruler of the Netherrealm, who he, with the help of Quan Chi, overthrew. This is all previous timeline stuff, at least. Quan Chi is a follower of Shinnok and Brotherhood of Shadow, which is all about Shinnok. Really, that's a sort of clan, a faction in a way. And in Mortal Kombat 4, it's shown that Quan Chi, while he is working for Shinnok, is actually furthering his own agenda by giving Shinnok the wrong amulet. And that amulet is an amulet that Shinnok made from his own Elder God abilities. So that, let's just say it's a powerful artifact, which gives them crazy, crazy levels of power. Instead of giving Shinnok his own amulet back, he made a copy and gave that to Shinnok.
Okay.
So Quan Chi...
Speaking of powerful items, who's ready for some more G Fuel?
You've been waiting for that moment. You've been trying to find that perfect point to jump in.
I have been. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and Yanni, you can pick up your story and explanation on Quan Chi here in a second, but
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
want to make sure that we are giving away this G Fuel before the stream ends today. So for those of you who don't know, we have been running a contest where a giveaway where we're just giving away free G Fuel. And we've been doing that announced it through our Tarkon Bite Size episode and social media. And we have a lot more to give away besides what we're giving away today. So without further ado, I'm going to draw one of our names here and see who won.
I'm really hoping it's an extremely long username this time again.
It was pretty long last time. All right, let's see. I'm running our random person generator. Okay, this one goes out to Vengeful Shinobi. So
Ooh.
Vengeful Shinobi. Congratulations on that.
Is that Scorpion?
We'll leave a
Genesis game, Revenge of Shinobi.
And yeah, so there, I'm gonna go ahead and leave a comment there for you. So just reach out to us on social media, and we will let you know how you can get your G Fuel. If you guys don't already have it, G Fuel just announced all their Mortal Kombat flavors. They have Mortal Kombat's 30th anniversary stuff as well as the Mortal Kombat 1 flavors, and yeah, it's a good way to keep playing Mortal Kombat 1, which nobody's really doing tonight because of the servers.
It's a good way.
I feel bad for you, Shah Jahan, because you're the one who.
Not bad at all. Good time.
I'm excited to see you play it for the first time, but
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that.
One of these. Well, hey, now I have a PS5. I have a PlayStation account, so whenever Warner Brother Games gets its shit together, I'm happy to play.
Hopefully sooner rather than later. But because, I mean, I feel bad for. I mean, I feel bad for other people. I'm in the same boat, but I feel bad for people in the wrong time zone for this sort of mistake to occur, because it's getting pretty late for certain individuals, and I think just the US is going to get to enjoy this. What was that?
What time is it for you, Yanni?
It is currently 3 a.m.
Oh my god. Oh, well, is that okay? Are you doing
Yeah,
okay?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm nocturnal.
Good.
I have to be to deal with Phantom and really the rest of our Realmcast guests. Most people seem to be based in the US.
I got you. Yeah.
Just heard a little thing. What was that? Oh, thank you for that. I don't know if that's a follow or if that's what is that, Phantom? Are you aware?
Sonia says, "LOL. Do we try again next week?" I don't know.
We'll figure something out. I'm sure. We'll get our Quan Chi matches together. We're gonna train you up into the best Quan Chi you can be. I'll make a sorcerer out of you. What have I missed on the chat? Do we try 6 p.m., 3 a.m.? Yep. Hello, I'm C. Right. There is no rage modus. I'm gonna admit I don't know what you're asking me there. Phantom, Shah Jahan, any ideas on that one?
Maybe the person's trying to say, "Am I seeing this right? There is no." I don't know what rage modus is. but-
That's the part that I'm confused about. Yeah, rage modus. Rage mode, maybe?
Is rage mode what happens when you just drink too much G Fuel?
Oh, I think Phantom had to step away anyway. But just before, I don't think I've actually mentioned this the whole time, and I probably should. For any viewers who are unaware of who the Realmcast are, who we are, we are a Mortal Kombat themed podcast. We host guest interviews with guests such as our friend Shah Jahan here, for notable members of the Mortal Kombat community, whether it be face scan models, voice actors, writers, producers, other YouTubers, and the like. We like to bring everybody on and get their story and discuss Mortal Kombat, as we also do lore analyses and the like as well. So if you're into whatever, we do live streams, lore analyses, interviews, and more. There's something for everybody. So if you haven't, please subscribe, check us out. Really hope we have the content which, you've been craving for Mortal Kombat, which you're not aware that you've been craving until now. And obviously, Shah Jahan is at Shahjistan, which we have confirmation that we have spelled correctly. So make sure you do give him a follow. What would Quan Chi have a beer with? Who would Quan Chi have a beer with outside of combat?
Well, Quan Chi is 13 years sober, so nobody. Um, but I guess it depends. Like, what do you mean? Like, you mean out of all you? I guess I'd probably have one with Edel. How do I say the name?
Eddie Herta?
Eddie Herta. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll bring the ginger beer. You
Hey.
bring beer. Good. Yeah.
Oh, Daniel Piscina gave me a Realmcast sticker, so I have to be here more. Oh, that's really nice. Daniel Piscina is a great guy as well, so glad to see he's sharing our stuff too. All right. I mean, I'm gonna give the menu another go at least, just to see if it works. Kind of really hoping that we get a shock here and it actually does work, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. Let's see.
Outlook not so good.
No, this doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah.
Do you need to be heading off in a sec,
I
Shajan?
do. Yeah, I was just
No
about
problem.
to say. I think
No problem.
Fortunately, to somebody says maybe it's me buying Mortal Kombat.
Is it your bad luck?
Once Quan Chi buys Quan Chi,
Yeah. And it's like the universe ends.
yeah, everything implodes on itself.
I think a comedian that was like, I think maybe it was Lewis Black, who was like, I've seen the end of the world, friends. I went to a Starbucks across from another Starbucks.
Well, Shah Jahan, we won't hold you up too much longer. I mean, we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so
Do you want
much.
to go ahead and let everybody know again where they can find
Just
you?
also, for all of you, I just want to really thank Realmcast for all your support. And for all, definitely to everybody that's on the broadcast, but also just like the Mortal Kombat community. It's like a dream come true to like have anything to do with this game, but the way that I've been welcomed, I just really, really treasure the experience. So thank you so much.
I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Piani.
We were about to say the exact same
amazing.
thing.
Yeah.
Go for it. I've been talking all night.
No, thank you so much. Like we appreciate the fact that you gave up your face for Quan Chi.
Literally, almost.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we appreciate you coming on and talking with us, and getting a chance to interact with the fans here, and we appreciate everybody who joined on the chat today and talked with us, and threw in their questions, and everybody who participated in our giveaway. Without you guys, the show wouldn't be what it is. So we appreciate everybody who's participated tonight, and we're sorry that Quan Chi is not playable yet, but you can jump off here after talking to Quan Chi and go play as him now. So
whenever the servers go up, which I will remind, we have nothing to do with. We are not an official Mortal Kombat channel. But no, really, Shah Jahan, I do have to say, like, on behalf of everybody here, it's clear that everybody loves, your take on Quan Chi, really. So, might be dream come true for you, but also from us, thank you for literally giving up your face for this. Very happy with Quan Chi. This is the best I think Quan Chi has ever been. And
Amazing.
I mean, for everybody who hasn't seen it, check out our episode with Shah Jahan. Like, he goes into so much more detail.
If you haven't watched that episode yet, be sure to go check it out. You'll hear Quan Chi's full story, everything from how he has came into this role to what he was doing beforehand. And if you haven't checked out his podcast yet, Shah Jahan, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about that?
Sure. Yeah. So my name Shah Jahan translates to King of the World. So that's the name of my podcast. It's actually a narrative series kind of about my life and my journey. And yeah, you can get it wherever you listen to podcasts. Just look up King of the World podcast. It's a 7-part narrative series, and I'm really, really proud of it. So check it out.
Definitely will do. And we will leave we will leave links to that within our show notes. So if you're interested in seeing that, go to realmcast.com or mortalkombatonline.com, and you will find all of our show notes and as well as all of our past episodes. In the meantime, you can find Yanni and myself on the Mortal Kombat group on Facebook, as well as on Realmcast on any form of social media.
Yes, we are on everything at this point in time. Threads, Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We are there at Realmcast. So please do, give us a follow. Keep up to date with us. We have some cool content on the way. Hopefully, we can bring Shah Jahan back for an actual Quan Chi stream at some point soon, where we get to kick each other's asses. And
if you're not a member yet of our official Discord, you can see the link there on the top of our stream, which is the channel on Mortal Kombat Alliance Discord server. So come and talk to us. We like to participate and interact with you guys whenever possible. So come give us a visit, give us a shout out, follow us on social media, and tweet out to us or send us messages. We love to hear what you guys have to say.
All right. And I think with that, I guess it's the end of the stream. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed chatting with Shah Jahan and getting to talk to Quan Chi himself. So
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.